Ducati, the motorcycle world's version of Ferrari. Fast, red, and usually driven by a douchebag. However, for the elitists who ride Ducatis, we must admit they are nice bikes. Therefore, the Ducati Desmosedici is considered by many to be one of the best, if not the best bike in the MotoGP world. But despite all that, two-time MotoGP world champion Casey Stoner still has criticism of the Italian team precisely because of the way they developed the bike. So why is Stoner mad? Before we answer that question, if you haven't already done it, hit that subscribe button, that way you won't miss more videos like this one. As well as stay to the end of the video because I will leave a link on the screen to one of my favorite channels, MotoWorld, and their video on Casey Stoner's comments on Ducati. And if you don't stay until the end of this video cause, you know, you got somewhere else to be, like riding those twisties near your house with your girlfriend, then go to the description of this video where I will leave another link to MotoWorld. Anyway, back to Stoner. Now, if you're going to take criticism from someone over your bike, Casey Stoner is someone you would take it from. After all, he remains the only champion with the Italian manufacturer in motorcycle racing's top class. Let's just say if you're a Ducati and you want another champion, might as well take advice from your only rider who's actually done it. If on the one hand the Desmosedici is currently a bike that seems to suit different types of riding and have a good performance even with different tire choice as an example, the truth is that for the Australian the bike is developed more based on what the engineers want and not so much based on the sensations and suggestions of the riders themselves. As he so eloquently explained in an interview, "Hey, how you going? At Ducati they focus too much on the vehicle and what the engineers want to see on the bike, not what the riders want, and if a rider doesn't feel good, he doesn't get results."
Got him! Got him!
Stoner won the 2007 MotoGP championship with the elitist Italian outfit before flexing his muscles and winning the championship a second time with Honda 5 years later in 2012. After his premature retirement though, Stoner then returned to Ducati as a private test rider, but left soon afterwards when he became frustrated with its reluctance to put his suggestions into action. It's a criticism that has plagued Ducati over the years with the unique characteristics of the Desmosedici machine, often proving a tricky mistress. However, despite Stoner's immense success, Ducati has continued to forge its own path with development. It's gotten so bad that even three-time world champion runner-up Andrea Dovizioso threw in the towel and quit Ducati after the 2020 season, despite having no obvious destination for the 2021 MotoGP season. Stoner does say that he is disappointed the team hasn't learned from past mistakes and worked harder for its riders. As stated in an interview, "Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed in Ducati. I think after all these years they may have learned to really look after the riders that look after them, I suppose. Andrea was trying to get things done, as I was, and a big reason why I left Ducati as a test rider was we just could not get them to make changes for the rider. If they didn't see it on the data, they didn't really see it as relevant. Everything with a bike is about feel with the rider. It's not like a car where you're strapped and you've only got certain elements like steering, braking, and throttling. On a bike, just a bit of a difference in the rider's position will change the way the bike moves and feels. And when they've got someone who's really good at relaying the information like Andrea was, they've got to listen to him. It's a big part of what many riders were unhappy about. It's been years and years after everything, going through data, being about the engine and aerodynamics, and not the rider. Oh blimey, the Ducati was very close to being a fantastic bike, but it's always missing that one fundamental, which is turning. That comes from a rider and getting a feel for the chassis. I gotta work on that Australian accent. So even though it seems like Stoner's a little too critical of the manufacturer he won his first championship with, at the same time, he's pretty justified in his criticism. After all, no rider from Ducati has replicated his success to the utmost degree. Although the likes of Pecco Bagnaia have come close and is probably Ducati's only chance to have another world champion currently, the bike is just not tailor-made for him, nor any other particular rider. And that is where Ducati needs to change their philosophy. And yes, Ducati has won the Constructors' Championship on multiple occasions since then, but it's pretty hard not to win that distinction when you have 8 full-time bikes on the grid, while no other manufacturer has more than 5. So all in all, maybe you just need to listen to your riders a little bit more, Ducati, and yes, your bike will always be an elitist bike, but if you want to truly live up to that elite status, you have to
Just win, baby!
This is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you have stuck around this long, hit that like button, drop a comment, and hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. Until next time, this is Moto Misha, checking out. Peace.